how can a small business or a startup or a creator leverage AI, without a massive budget or giant tech team?
Yeah. So a lot of ways, I think. A couple points I can share to start off of what we've seen working with it, kind of like the mistakes we see people make in not understanding how they can get going with it is, I would say, first of all, don't think of AI as like your AI assistant. You can have as many assistants as you need. So it's not just the one chat GPT.
Yeah.
Think of like, how can you leverage this to have this entire AI team working with you? And the way to be able to do that effectively, I think, is by making sure you're providing the right context to the the AI that you're working with.
Yeah.
So this is the next like big thing where people mess up. They say, "Hey, go do this thing for me," and you have to remember the analogy that I give is working with something like ChatGPT is like the equivalent of walking up to somebody on a sidewalk and saying, "Hey, go do this thing for me." Like they have no idea who you are,
Yeah.
what you're talking about, or why they should do that. At least if you like, if it's an employee in your company or something, at least they know like what your business is and
The
like
the
they can
context. Yeah.
piece together something, yeah. But with AI, you have to remember you do have to provide that context, and it's getting easier. There's more ways that it can happen now, even like in the background. ChatGPT's got this memory feature and everything now, so that helps a lot. But it's worth it to put in the effort of putting together that context, because once you do have something that you can get automated, then you can just continuously do that. And so you probably don't have to go through the whole context part later on. Um, but the way I would choose to automate something in my business is looking at it from two ways. Number one, what's something that I kind of wish we had time to do, but just nobody in the team is able to do it. We just never seem to be able to get around to it. And number two is what's something that we have to do over and over, but it feels like this like tedious kind of task that's not like our core focus or strength.
To even more granular, can you give an example or two of a tedious process in an average business, if there's such thing, and how you've helped clients or you've personally automated that with an AI agent?
Sure. So one example for us that was interesting is like interesting in how simple it turned out to be is we like to send an outreach to new people who sign up for a trial in our software. And a lot of businesses, like you could set up some email automation that just says, "Hey, thanks for signing up. If you have questions, let me know." We wanted to make it a little bit more personalized to like let people know that like we really will like try to look into what they're doing, and we want to help them more personally. And so what we used to be doing is we had a support agent that she would go check everybody's account and see, "Oh, it looks like you're building courses about music production," and go and actually email them that. And then that way they get this feeling like, wow, okay, you actually know what I'm trying to accomplish here. Maybe you really can help me. And the problem is, like with so many trials signing up every day, it was basically a full-time job to
Yeah.
just be sending those emails.
Yeah.
And so it felt like there would be better uses of our time, especially as we grow. Like it just seemed not scalable. How could we continue to do that if more and more people sign up? And so we now have AI go and do that. And so AI figures out what the account is about, and then AI goes and sends those emails for us. And then if somebody responds, then a human goes and looks into it and can really assist you. But what could have been almost a full-time job before is now automated by AI for that simple process. And it costs like pennies to run every month.
And if I heard you correctly, but it's still hyper personalized based on,
Exactly,
yeah,
because
which
we
makes,
have the AI going in there and actually looking at what they're doing to
yeah.
still be able to say, "Hey, it looks like you're creating courses about music," or something like this.
And I think that's where AI, for the average business owner, small to mid-sized business owner, that's where they conflate and confuse AI with automations. Automations are not smart. They can be tailored, first name, whatever, project name or whatever, from a field, a tag. But AI is actually using intelligent means to create a fully customized communication, whatever that may be, that it looks like it was written by a human because it has
Yeah,
so
and
much
like in this case,
customization.
like at the very least, the AI is able to make that decision to say, this is what this content is actually about.
Yeah.
And even though it's not a challenging thing to think about, it's something that before, no matter what, did require a human to do.